minutes ago. They got to stop the bleeding the best they can. And I thought that 15 Sutherland was going to get called for hooking on top of Eli Riddle. Still no whistle on the play as Devin Sturmer near neutral ice.
Riddle was kind of holding his stick in his armpit, hoping to get the hooking call, but he never got it.
There's going to be a shot saved one more time by Mason Riley. How about Mason Riley? He has been
Mason Riley has been dynamite for Northland tonight. He's been making all the saves. He's been making saves that he probably didn't have to make, but he's been making them anyway. That's been helping his Northland team out a bunch.
He's faced 524 shots this season. He's made 447 saves. That's good for 87%. And Riley has been as good as advertised so far tonight at the Ozaki Ice Center.
Here's an odd man situation for Northland.
2-on-1 break, had one deflected. It looked like either Hebda
got the cheater portion of his glove on that one.
I was going to say it was either Hebda or Newlands that got a piece of that one, but as Jake did, kind of deflected things out of there. Picked up by Northland one more time now, has this one covered up by Jake Hebda as there's a little bit of a skirmish behind the back end boards there. 6:07 to play here, second period. Concordia trails by 3. And now we're going to have a whistle on the play as it looks like 22 Matt Valley either tripped or it looks like a Concordia player kind of pushed him in the back, I thought.
Yeah, Harrison Newlands just took a very undisciplined penalty there. He's getting a little aggravated that his team's down 3-0, and it just cost him. Falcons are going to go on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. That's not something that Newlands should be doing.
Ben Jeremko talking to one of the side linesmen saying, man, what do you got to do to get a whistle in here? But in any case, Newlands picks up the penalty. Now Concordia will have minute and 53 seconds to try to kill this thing off. They still trail by 3. They need a big spark right now. Buster Hebda, perhaps the captain, the man to give it to him, but has it stolen away by Northland instead. Now a 3-on-2 break, make it now 4-on-2. Top of the slot, taking a shot and scored one more time. It's Mike Milliken. It's 4-0 with 5:46 to play here in the second period, and Concordia, they don't even know what's going on right now. They seem just a team that's just kind of lost at this juncture with 5:46 left. And if I'm head coach Wise, you got to take time out right now.
This is not the same team that we saw in the first period, and I'm surprised that Jake Hebda is not out of this game or not out of this period yet. I thought for certain that either DJ Torrenueva would have taken his place or Billy Cias, excuse me.
4-0 Northland. Team that comes into today's game, as I mentioned, 3-3-1 in their last 7 contests after that 1-7 start. So let's give them a little bit of credit. They've been playing pretty decent hockey lately, but I think Concordia really almost, I don't want to say they underestimated them coming into today's contest, but they look like they've just been hit by a swift kick to the stomach. Draw will be to the right of Jake Hebda. One on by Concordia. Now there's another shot. It's going to be saved one more time by Jake off the deflection and taken away by Mark.
Falcons dodge a huge bullet there. Yeah, Jake Hebda was able to get the pad out and keep the puck out of the net. That was a huge save by Jake.
5:13 to play here. Second period. There's going to be another shot. It's going to go a little bit wide by Louis LeBay.
Excellent save by Jake Hebda there. He was able to chip the puck up in the air when it was coming at a player he knew was right to the other side of him, and he just grabbed the puck out of the air before he was able to do anything with it.
Hebda gloves it. Stops the bleeding for the moment. 4-0 here in the Ozaki Ice Center. Joined alongside by Paul Moritz, David Tewksbury on hand. And, Paul, what do you got to do to break out of this hole? You're down 4-0. I mean, do you take out the goalie? Do you send everybody? I mean, what do you do?
See, at this point, I'd say you take a timeout, pull out the whiteboard. You gotta get the players knowing what's going on. I mean, clearly there's something not going well for the Falcons on defense. And if I were coach, I'd say give Jake the rest of the night off and give DJ Torrenueva a chance in that. I don't believe he's been on the ice for the Falcons at all this year.
I mean, I don't want to say they don't look fresh because they had a month off, then back-to-back wins against Finlandia. And, I think they come into tonight's game with pretty high expectations. Decent first period of play. Then here in the second, Northland's just been pouring it on lately.
3 goals in this period alone for Northland.
Draw on the far side of the ice. Gathered in by Northland. Lumberjacks coming up forward. Coming into tonight's contest 4-10-1 on the season. 3-3-1 in their last 7 contests. Picked up by Eli Riddle. Flicks one on short range for Travis Payne. Now Payne inside the Northland zone. Circling is Payne. Now he has a wraparound shot. It's going to be deflected. Puck a little bit high now and gathered in one more time by Chris Palm of Northland.
Referee's just not calling anything for the Falcons tonight. Travis Payne just got cross-checked in the back right in front of the referee at the blue line, and the referee didn't call it.
Now coming up forward is Nathan Brown of Northland. Nice pass down low. It's going to be a shot saved one more time by Jake Hebda. If Matt Lennon found the back of the rope right there, I think for certain Hebda probably would have been taken out of this contest. But he makes the save with 3:46 to play second period. Haven't said the name Morgan Sanchez too much tonight. Haven't said Buster Hebda, Devin Sturmer. All guys missing in action right now. None of the guys really have made anything happen. And they need
not the greatest face-off wins for the Falcons there. They won the face-off, but they ended up almost giving it away to Northland right over the dot of the face-off in which they won.
Concordia coming up forward now. Hebda jockeying for position behind the end boards. 3:20 left to play second period. Concordia trails by 4. Circling now is Zerlip. Backhand pass. Right in front of the blue line, there's going to be a shot deflected one more time, and now picked up by Zerlip one more time. Zerlip looking for Buster Hebda, and now Concordia turns it over one more time. Now a nice steal, nice interception by Harrison Newlands back in the game after that, his last penalty. Here's going to be a shot inside the zone. Now Zerlip circling behind the back end boards. Looking, takes a shot, looking for a little redirect from Buster Hebda. And now there's going to be another shot deflected, saved nicely by Mason Riley with 2:40 to play here, second period. And now one on center ice is Louis LeBay.
Good play by Brendan Baer to put the skates together and stop the puck with the shin pads.
Devin Sturmer works it off near side for Harrison Newlands. Now Harrison right back to Devin. And once more time as Northland takes it away from Concordia inside their defensive zone. They'll make it Harrison Newlands coming up forward. Puck now near Jake Hebda with 2:04 to play here, second period. Concordia in a world of trouble as there's going to be a penalty on this one. It's going to be a cross check in the back.
It's going to cost Northland. This is where the Falcons have to score, either on this delayed penalty or the now power play that they're going to get. They have got to score here if they want to get this game going for themselves.
They're down by 4 with 1:52 to play here in the second period. If they can just get one here heading into the third period, they might have a chance.
Oh, the game's still very much in reach. If you look at any hockey game, any team has come back from a 4-0 deficit.
Tricky, but it's doable.
It's entirely doable. They have to play very hard. They have to put the hammer down.
Concordia wins on the draw. Right in front of the blue line now. Cody works off to Devin Sturmer. Has a shot, kind of redirected. Now it's going to be Trammell Lines with it. Devin Sturmer. Far side of the ice. Works to 18 Ben Jaremko. Kind of working around the perimeter a little bit. Now it's Cody Kostecki. There's going to be a shot, deflected. Now Cody Kostecki picks it back up near side. 1:20 to play, second period. Concordia trails by 4. Circling is Ben Jaremko. Ben works it off to the point, now in front of the blue line. One-time shot perhaps here for Jaremko. No, instead he'll back things out. Now working to the point is Trammell Lines. Pass near side. Here's a shot by Kostecki. Has it deflected. Now it's going to be sent all the way inside the Concordia zone and gathered in by Jake Hebda. 53 seconds to play in the second period.
Falcons got to start getting something going here if they really want to get this game back in their hands.
Russell Johnson fighting for position. Picked up by Jake Hebda. Circling around now is 23 Trammell Lines. Trammell works to 22 Martin Christan. Now there's going to be a check into the sideboards. Clean play. Kostecki with it. He takes a shot with the left hand. Missed it. Had it deflected by Mason Riley with 18 seconds left to go.
Christan had that puck jump over his stick. He probably would have had a goal had that not hopped over his stick like that.
Near side to far side, picked up by 11, Russell Johnson. He takes a shot, missed that one. 4 seconds to go here in the second period of action. 2 seconds. Concordia trying to break through this thing, and they cannot. And they are visibly frustrated as 22 Martin Christan just slamming his stick down on the ice, and they're down 4 heading into the final 20 minutes of action here inside the Ozaki Ice Center.
This is a tough night for the Falcons so far. They were hoping to get the wins out of this weekend, and from the looks of things, if they don't change something overnight, they're going to have some work to do at practice.
So Concordia will have 20 minutes, and let's see if head coach Jason Wise can draw something up on the drawing board that really kind of gets this thing going a little bit. You're watching the Concordia Sports Network as the Concordia Falcons trail by 4 heading into the third period. We'll be right back. Welcome back inside the Ozaki Ice Center in Mequon, Wisconsin, joined alongside by Paul Moritz, David Tewksbury on hand. The Concordia Falcons trail 4-0 heading into the third period. We have a quick note with the Concordia women's hockey team. It is 1-1 going into the third period of hockey at Marian University. Maxine Blohoviak with the goal and Michelle Mussel with the assist. Both goals were in the first period of action. And shots on goal, Concordia leads 45-8, but they only have one goal to show for it. But Paul getting back.
My goodness. Yeah. 45-8?
Yes. And they only have one goal.
Wow. That the goaltender must be doing incredible for them.
But getting back to the men's side here, they do trail 4-0 heading into the third period of play, and it looks like Jake Hebda will still be between the pipes for CUW. But Paul, what do they need to do to get back in this contest?
Well, now, other than what I said earlier, there's not much that I can think of. I mean, hopefully Coach Wise has given them some sort of a little pep talk in the locker room.
Throw a chair around, maybe?
It's possible, but they need to get started. They have 8 seconds of power play to start this third period. If they could get a goal within those 8 seconds, that would bring this team that is sound asleep on the bench, just bring them right to life.
CUW coming out when they're starting 6 with Zerlip, Kostecki, Lines, Schultz, Hebda, and Hebda.
Shot made it on goal right off the get-go.
Yeah, they'll take it. They got to get something going, no question about it. In neutral ice is picked up by 23 Trammell Lines. Lines coming up forward looking for Buster Hebda. Now finding him by the point is 25 Schultz. He takes the shot and scores! Dan Schultz.
That is precisely what was needed.
Concordia gets on the board just 26 seconds into the third period of play. Dan Schultz finding the back of the rope quickly. It's 4-1.
We mentioned that they had to score right off the get-go, and that is precisely what happened. Dan Schultz with an absolute laser from the top of the near circle. Lets it go, and it beats Mason Riley on the glove side. It's 1-4.
The finance major out of New Richmond, Wisconsin, finding the back of the rope for the 4th time in 13 games this season, does Schultz. And they didn't get it in the first 8 seconds of that power play, but heck, they'll take it 24 seconds into the third period of action. It's 4-1, Northland with 19 to play. Third period of hockey here inside the Ozaki Ice Center. Once again, David Tewksbury joined alongside by Mr. Moritz, Paul Moritz.
And see, now Coach Wise and Zahner have a little bit of an argument with the referees because the officials were calling it an icing, and Mason Riley touched the puck right as the whistle was blown. Mm-hmm. And so the Falcons want this puck to be dropped at center ice.
Little conference with the Zebras right now, and they decide they're going to have a puck drop. Where? I guess they're going to say
they will indeed take it down in the Falcon zone. I disagree with that call because Riley touched the puck right away. So
the draw will be to the right of Hebda, one on by Northland. Now Concordia trying to take it away inside their defensive zone. Puck near center ice, gathered in by 11 Louis LeBay. Concordia trying to take this away with, looked like 17 Devin Sturmer coming up forward. Now it's 18 Ben Jaremko checking into the game for CUW. Taken away nicely by Craig Wright, far side of the ice. Now Concordia steals it away, looking like Sturmer, right front of the Concordia bench. Looking back for Eli Riddle. He circles around behind the back end boards, works up to the far side boards for Devin Sturmer. Slap shot, going to be leg saved by Buster Hebda's older brother Jake. Puck circling around for 5 Colin Moberly. Moberly gathers it in by the corner boards. Sturmer now jockeying for position with Chris Palm. Puck a little bit sky high, gathered in by 18, or make it rather 8. Hasbergen.
You know, the Hebda brothers, they're twins, and we've said this before on our broadcasts, that we've asked the team members, and the team members all agree that they are polar opposites. They may be twins, but Jake has short hair, his brother has very long hair, and just their personalities are complete opposites.
Martin Cristan checking in for CUW with 17:28 to play, third period. See if Martin can get something going offensively. Now Concordia picks up. They have a 2-on-1 break here. Now circling around is 11 Russell Johnson. High slot and had it stolen away by Northland. Slap shot. Poked away by 21 Trammell Lines. Make that Brandon Bayer, rather, beg your pardon. Concordia coming up forward in neutral ice. And here comes Russell Johnson. Had it poked away from him by 24 Jamison Webking. Right in front of the CUW sideline. Trying to pick it up. And here's going to be a shot. A little bit wide on top of Jake Hebda with 16:45 to play, third period. Concordia still trails by 3 at 4-1. CUW just trying to get it out of their zone. They now finally do, but picked up by Northland. Crossing the center ice position is 25 Matthias Pearson. This one going to be gloved by Concordia coming up forward. Kostecki, near corner, backhand shot off the near side pipe. Tries to gather it back in, now picked up by the point by Trammell Lines. Jockeying for position is 12 Travis Payne. This one's going to be gloved by Mason Riley with just 5 seconds over 16 minutes in this third period of play. 16:05, Concordia trails by 3 at 4-1.
Trammell shot from the point and kind of hit one of the Northland's players in the face mask, I think it was. They were kind of shaken up as they were skating back to the bench.
Draw will be to the left of Mason Riley. One on by Northland, and you know, these draws, they really got to be one on by Concordia here if they want to have any shot to win this thing with, as we're now under 16 minutes to play, third period.
Yeah, it's starting to get late for the Falcons.
Clock not exactly the Falcons' ally here at this juncture. Trammell Lines picks it up inside Concordia's defensive zone. Trying to get a little bit of a break going on. Now Buster Hebda giving a little bit of pressure on top of Brandon Fed. Now Buster gathers it in near side circle, backs things out. Now jackknifes this one back inside for Dan Zerlip. Zerlip going one-on-one. Near side corner boards. Make it the sideboards rather, as Hebda gives a little bit of pressure into the back of his defender. Now Zerlip with it. He has a shot nearly redirected. Now gathered in, backhand, shot missed.
Just over the net.
Holy smoke, they just missed that on that one. Could have been a 2-goal game. Now gathered in by 25 Schiltz, crossing center ice, and now Concordia in the midst of a line change with just under 15 minutes to play. Eli Riddle, slap shot, missed it just on wide. Gathered in by Gaskin, far side. Picked up, looking for Sturmer. Now looking for Dan Zerlip. He got smoked.
And that's going to cost Northland. That was I believe, I'm not certain what the call was there, but this is another opportunity where the Falcons need to capitalize. This is a huge penalty.
Brandon Fed went for the head of Dan Zerlip, so he will depart to the penalty box for looks like 2 minutes here. 14:45 to go. The door is open, Paul, for Concordia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is where they got to capitalize. Man advantage. This is what they got Cristan for.
High shot, high slap shot, high at the top of the slot position was blocked. Now Concordia will reset their offense, coming up forward, trying to break out of this thing. Far side for Sturmer. He circles off. Devin works it to the far side point. Now back to Devin Sturmer inside the near side, or make it the far side circle. Devin takes a shot, had it redirected, make that 18 Ben Jaremko rather. And this one's going to be gathered up by Mason Riley with 1:20 left on the penalty kill for Northland. They lead by 3 with 14:05 to play, third period.
There's a little too much clean ice down in the Northland end for Concordia's comfort. Northland's been able to keep the puck out of their zone very well.
Poston wins on the draw. Gathered in by Riddle. Far side of the ice. Here's a shot by Riddle. Kind of fanned on it a little bit. Concordia trying to chase this one down, and they do with Cody Kostecki. Cody jockeying for position on the far boards. Worked off to the point for Eli Riddle. Eli had a nice pass. Missed on by James Poston. CUW missing on an opportunity. They do still have it, though. Now Kostecki looking for Russell Johnson. Now gathered in by Eli Riddle. 45 seconds on the penalty kill for Northland. Circling around is Poston. He gets smoked on the corner, boys. There's going to be a shot. I thought it was going to be taken by 15 Cody Kostecki, but he didn't. Now top of the slot, shot redirected. Gathered in by Northland. Stolen away by James Poston one more time with 28 seconds on the penalty kill for Northland. And this is huge defensively for the Lumberjacks. Can they kill this thing out for 21 more seconds? Line change for the Lumberjacks right now. Concordia fighting for position is Russell Johnson. Now chasing it down is Gaskin inside Concordia's defensive zone. Look on for Russell Johnson, finding him far side of the ice. Russell creates a little bit of space, takes a shot, had it redirected, now picked up by Poston. James backs things out, looking for 22, Martin Cristan, had a shot deflected by Poston, gathered in by Riddle. Had a shot, redirected one more time, now top of the slot, here's a shot, deflected, now gathered in by Gaskin, looking for Eli Riddle. 12.5 to play. Riddle was looking for 22 Cristan. He missed on it. Puck now near side and taken away by Northland. Huge defensive stand for the Lumberjacks.
Dangerous play by Hebda there. Almost gave it to the Northland players.
He sure did. 12-12 to play. Third period. CUW trails by 3. Gathered in by Russell Johnson, crossing center ice. Worked off for 22 Cristan. The transfer out of UW Superior works it around the corner boards, looking for Poston. Nearly had it stolen away, and now CUW comes up with it. Here's going to be a shot missed. Had it deflected a little bit by 21 Bayer.
Hit a number of players on the way in.
There's going to be another slap shot, saved nicely on a nice diving attempt from, looked like, Devlin of Northland. Sean Devlin making a nice diving save. Now Buster Hebda picks it up, crossing the center ice area. Buster circling around by the back end boards. 11:25 to play, third period. Concordia trails by 3, and now Northland is going to kill some time, and they're going to have another opportunity offensively as Hebda nearly stole it away. Here's a shot, nicely blocked by, it looked like 25 Dan Schultz, just checking into the game for CUW.
Good diving save by Schultz there.
11 minutes on the nose left here inside the Ozaki Ice Center. David Tewksbury joined alongside by Paul Moritz. Hebda missing on a shot. Might have even gone off the pipe on that one, Paul.
It did, and he also got his own rebound after the initial shot.
This one's going to be chased down by, it looks like, Harrison Newlands, far side of the ice. 10:35 left. That window slowly closing and fast on top of Concordia. Is going to be an icing called with 10:29 left. I mean, they do still trail by 3. There is a little bit of time left, but I think if they've got to have any chance at this thing, they got to score at least one in the next 29 seconds here.
They got to get this game going very quickly.
Time certainly
they're running out of time.
Draw will be just to the right of Jake Hebda. One on by CUW. All the way to the far side of the ice looking for Devin Sturmer. And now there's going to be looks like either a icing called. I think it is, yes, an icing call on CUW. And it looked like
Trammell line sent it the length of the ice.
And I think Trammell was looking for a deflection on the play. He was talking to one of the linesmen saying, I think that one got redirected. Official says no. So the draw will be just to the left of Jake Hebda with 10:21 to play, third period. Concordia trails by 3 at 4-1. Right in front of the blue line is 22 Matt Valley. There's going to be a shot deflected. Picked up by CUW, far side of the ice, Devin Sturmer. Fighting for position. Now it's Ben Jaremko defensively on top of 20 Mike Lennon. Lennon, he's found the back of the net tonight. Concordia trying to get it out of their zone as Devin Sturmer picks it up. looking for teammate Trammell Lines. Now Michael Cavage comes up forward. Michael creates a little bit of space. He gets taken down.
They score.
It goes into the back of the net somehow. I thought that one might have got redirected somehow. I think they're going to give it credit to Devin Sturmer. So
excellent play by the Falcons there. It was very confusing in the way it broke down. I believe McCavage actually got the goal on that one because the way it came in, it just took a crazy carom that Mason Riley, I don't think he just understood what was going on. I think he lost sight of the puck somewhere, and I believe it just drifted between the 5-hole.
I thought Sturmer got it because he was the one getting all the congratulations on the sideline there, but it'll be interesting to see how the scores rule that one.
And the Falcons are going to the power play and it looks like it's going to be a roughing call
on Brandon Fedd. That'll be his second penalty of the evening. So, Paul, I mean, still plenty of time left here. 9.5 left.
There's plenty of time. But with a power play and just scoring goal, this is where the Falcons need to convert. They need to get this a power play goal here, and they need to get it fast.
Puck sent into the Concordia defensive zone, picked up by Eli Riddle. Now gathered in by Poston. Shot by Kostecki is redirected, and now gathered in by Eli Riddle near neutral ice. Yep, Sturmer got credit for the goal. Okay,
he did. So must have gotten a tip on the way in.
Yeah. It was difficult to see. I think we both got shaded on the play. It was
absolutely
a strange way that thing kind of caromed in there like a pinball,
and it was. I actually remember it now. McCavage was pulled down, and he was going to get in a hooking call, but because of the delayed penalty, actually that's what the penalty is for right now against Northland.
Eli Riddle works, and then a really good opportunity for Concordia. As it looks like Russell Johnson was right there. Now Eli Riddle right in front of the blue line. Eli, top of the slot, has a shot and scores! Eli Riddle, how about that?
That is what the Falcons needed. The power play goal.
8:26 left, and just like that, it was 4-0 heading into the final period of play here at the Ozaki Ice Arena, and you blink your eye, you almost miss it because it's 3 unanswered goals for Concordia, and they're right back.
Eli Riddle. Wow. I mentioned it before. He can take shots from the blue line, and he does not miss when he has a small lane. He will thread a needle from the blue line.
The pre-seminary major with his second goal of the season. He has 9 assists, first on the team in assist, and we got ourselves a game with 8:18 to play here, third period. Paul, and we were talking about it off the air. You've seen some crazier things have happened. We were saying
absolutely
it might happen, and it's now got a 1-goal game. How about it?
And the thing is that if you're in Eli's church, once he's gotten out of the seminary, I don't think you want to anger him because he might end up checking you right into the glass.
Slap shot right into the teeth.
Or if you'll excuse the pun, the stained glass.
Hey, I can dig it. One on by 23, Zeke Elis. Now Zeke works it inside the Concordia zone. 8:09 to play here. Concordia still trails by 1. They've had to fight their way all the way back, and they've done it almost all the way back. They still trail by 1, though, as Buster Hebda plays a little bit of defense in front of 21 Brady Vanderberg. Now Jake, he picks it up right behind the pipes.
Dangerous play by Hebda.
Very dangerous. Very, very dangerous indeed, as it's picked up by Matt Valley. And now CUW in the midst of a line change a little bit as Michael Cavage checks back in, I should say. Crossing center ice is Northland, and there may be a penalty. No, Michael Cavage very close on that one.
Yeah, McCavage was excellent to draw the penalty that led to that goal that was scored before Riddle, and it ended up turning into a goal.
Shot a little bit high and wide by Matt Lennon. CUW trying to clear the zone a little bit. Ben Jaremko giving chase. CUW kind of circling a little bit. High slot now for 10 Mike Milliken. Had a shot redirected. Now CUW picks it up. It's a 2-on-3 break. They don't have numbers. Jaremko works off near side looking for Sturmer. Now gathered in on the near side by looked like 15, Cody Kostecki. Now 22 flicks it off wide. That's Martin Cristan. Works it off near side. There's going to be a shot redirected one more time as it's nearly picked up by Cristan. Now, now we got a whistle on the play, and
looks like Cristan's might go for the box for slashing. Yep, slashing it is.
Cristan
ended up, and he's got an argument for the referee. He broke the stick of the Northland player. This is not what CUW wanted, but they certainly still have time to come back.
Now here's where you got to keep your composure a little bit here. You got
Absolutely.
Got 2 minutes to kill on a power play. 6:32 left in the game. CUW's just been playing with so much poise here in the final period of action, and they found themselves all the way back nearly.
Last time CUW had a penalty kill like this in the third period, Lawrence Childs actually got his breakaway goal.
Said it once, we'll say it again. Stranger things have happened.
Absolutely. There's still plenty of time.
It's almost like that Falcons-Seahawks playoff game last week, 27-7 going into the fourth quarter. There's no way they can come back.
Absolutely.
Seattle takes the lead with 31 seconds left, although they did lose the contest. But, hey, stranger things have happened. 6:16 left. 144 on the penalty kill, the power play kill for CUW. And if they can get past this final 144, be at full strength here, be a little bit less than about 4.5 minutes.
About that.
Time still not too much of a factor. And if it stays 4-3, it'll be interesting to see when Jason Wise will bring out Hebda. Well, we'll see. 6:03 left in the third period, 129 on the power play kill for CUW. Northland working it around the perimeter a little bit. One sent inside for Austin Sutherland. He circles it out, and he nearly turned it over. Now it's going to be picked up by Cody Hasbargen near neutral ice. 1:08 to go on the power play kill.
Falcons change up the penalty quartet.
Riddle flicks it off wide. Now gathered in by 22 Matt Valley. Now he'll kind of circle a little bit. Again, now some time being killed. 50 seconds on the penalty power play kill. 5:19 on the game clock. CUW, they're going to kill this thing back again. It's going to go all the way to the Northland side of the ice. And now we're going to see a flop from Mason Riley.
Very dangerous play by CUW, because if the referees would have called that a penalty,
yep,
the Falcons would have had to kill a 5-on-2. Or a 5-on-3, excuse me.
21 seconds on the power play kill for CUW. 4:50 on the game clock. High slot shot saved by Hebda somehow.
And he just barely got a piece of it with the top of the pad, bringing it right back down to the ice. Excellent save by Hebda. That was sheer larceny.
I mean, Jake hasn't had the best game in his freshman career, but that save, none bigger than that one right there with 13 seconds on the power play kill, I should say. 4:45 on the game clock. 4-3, Northland leads CUW. Joined alongside by Paul Moritz, David Tewksbury on hand inside the Ozaki Ice Center. CUW trying to come all the way back from the dead as Buster Hebda takes it away. Now CUW nearly had numbers, and it's going to be chased down by Mason Riley. Buster Hebda working for Sturmer, it looks like. Or make it Zerlip, rather. Zerlip circling behind the back end boards. Chased down by Dan Zerlip. It was actually 15, rather. Cody Kostecki, rather. I beg your pardon. Now there's going to be a whistle on the play. It's going to be a high sticking on, I believe it's going to be on either Zerlip or...
The puck was played with a high stick, so it's going to come back all the way down into the Falcon zone. No penalty against the Falcon zone. That's the perk.
4:08 left. Third period, CUW trails by 1. They trailed by as many as 4 in this contest. They've had 3 here in the final period of play. And they have been the cardiac Falcons the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, it's because they send their fans into cardiac arrest.
It'll be one on by Northland off the draw. CUW wins on this one after the shot missed. Now, looked like 14 lost his footage, Michael McCavish with 3:59 left. whistle on the play. And
Kyle Gaskin thought he had kept the puck in, and I believe he did too. The puck was sitting on the blue line, but I don't believe it left the zone. The referee thinks that it did.
So it'll be Cody Kostecki on the draw with Brandon Fed. Said his name a couple times. He's been sent to the penalty box a couple times. CUW trying to win on the draw. They now do. Eli Riddle flicked one inside the Northland College Lumberjack zone. Puck now sky high, now chased down and gathered in by 5 Colin Moberly. CUW trying to take it away. Here's going to be a shot. It's going to go a little bit wide to the near side. Northland circling. Now nearly a hooking penalty on Jaremko.
Actually, it was a very dangerous high sticking play.
Very close.
Nothing is called.
CUW does pick it away. Michael Cavage coming up forward. He's going to take a shot, and it's going to be saved nicely by Mason Riley. Nice save from the freshman. 3:23 left. Still a 1-goal deficit for CUW. And, you know, Paul, at what point do you start to think about taking away the goalkeeper?
Pulling, I'd say that soon at this point in the game where you're this close, earliest I would pull Jake Hebda is a minute and a half.
Backhand shot by 22 Kristan, deflected. Now gathered in by CUW, far side of the ice. Poston jockeying for
held
position.
In.
Puck careens all the way back to the blue line. Here's a shot deflected. And we got another whistle on the play.
And a hand pass. Not certain how that was a hand pass, but either way, it's coming all the way back into the Falcons zone.
3:04 left. Falcons trail by 1. Inside the Ozaki Ice Center, Mequon, Wisconsin. David Tewksbury with Paul Moritz. Thanks for tuning in with us on this Friday evening. Concordia has risen from the dead. They trailed by 4 heading into the third period. They're nearly all the way back. They still trail by 1. As we
Excellent play.
Reach 3 minutes left. CUW
second one by the same player.
Russell Johnson coming up forward, far side of the ice, kind of deking a couple defenders. Now they had maybe one touch too many on it. Puck all the way back to the CUW side.
Russell Johnson made 2 excellent plays to keep the puck out of his zone and then to get it actually all the way into the Northland zone.
Sure did.
Excellent play by Russell Johnson.
Line change for CUW. Now they come out with Hebda, Gaskin, Zerlip.
Last time the Falcons were down by 1 goal, they tied it with 10 seconds left in the game.
And there's going to be a shot by Riddle. Same spot, almost at the top of the slot there. Going to be saved by Mason Riley with 2:41 to go. Now another line change for Northland. The draw will be to the left of Mason Riley. It'll be 26 Buster Hebda going one-on-one with Nathan Brown. One on by Northland as they work it around the sideboards. Now one on by CUW as Zerlip tries to back things out and had it stolen away. Now it's a 2-on-2 break, and CUW does try to take this thing away here, far side of the ice. Looks like it's Mike Milliken jockeying for position with Eli Riddle and Zerlip. Now Hebda taken away, now finally by make it 13, Dan Zerlip. Dan works a shot, and there's going to be a whistle on the play to kind of stop the break for Concordia, and offsides is the call. That's a killer with 2:14 left.
And Falcons were coming into the zone with a big head of steam. There was a possibility they could have gotten a great chance and get the puck on goal.
The draw, far side of the ice, on the Northland side of the zone. Here's a shot. It's going to be chest saved down. Now picked back up by Michael Cavage. Now picked up by 17, Devin Sturmer, far side of the ice. Jaremko works it on back, looking for Devin, and he takes his defender down. Now picked up by 5, Colin Moberly of Northland. Sturmer creates a little bit of space, works off to Jaremko. 1:45 left. CUW trails by 1. Jaremko creating a little bit of space. He has a backhand shot saved by Northland. Now here come the Lumberjacks. One sent all the way inside the Concordia zone with 63 seconds, make it 90 seconds left, beg your pardon. CUW.
Jake Hebda keeping an eye on the bench.
Sure is. You talked about a minute and a half, you'd take him out. Jake maybe headed to the sideline here with a potential empty net for CUW. Now here come the Falcons. Ball sent inside, puck sent inside rather. Now Russell Johnson fighting for position up the sideboards. Now shot from the point, going to be saved by Mason Riley, and another shot from Eli Riddle with 65 seconds left. And now Jake Hebda will depart, I would think. Let's see.
He wants to get off the ice. He wants to get that sixth attacker on and try and get that game-tying goal. 1:05 left in the third. There's still plenty of time to get that game-tying goal.
Now, do you take that timeout if you're head coach Jason Wise?
There's a distinct possibility that he takes it, and sure enough, he does.
There's the old broadcaster's jinx with 65 seconds left.
And he's drawing something up on the whiteboard as we speak, actually. He's got something in mind for his boys.
What are you drawing up, Paul?
You know, the way it broke down when the Falcons tied it up against the Johnnies about a month ago. The faceoff was one. It went straight back to the near side point, and then it went to the slot where Riddle let a blast go that was tipped on the way in, and so it was a redirect causing the goaltender to not understand where the puck went. And I think you do something a lot like very similar to that, something that you can try and get a redirect, something that'll confuse goaltender Mason Riley, or just something as simple as have multiple people waiting at the side of the net to try and get that puck in the net.
Riddle has been huge in this third period of play. He does have a goal. He's got 9 assists this season. Freshman out of Blissfield, Michigan, has been paramount getting CUW back into this contest. But again, 65 seconds left, a little game reset. Concordia trailed 4-0 heading into this final period of hockey here at the Ozaki Ice Center. They've come storming back. They still trail by 1. It's 4-3 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left. CUW coming out. The draw will be to the left of goalie Mason Riley. It'll be Zerlip going one-on-one with Nathan Brown.
He won it.
CUW wins on it. Now it's Riddle. Pass one inside. Puck is sky high. Now gathered up by Nathan Brown. He gets checked into the boards. Now that's going to be a one-on-one situation. Riddle goes down now an empty net, and it's going to be going right inside it by Mike Lennon with 49.3 to go. And CUW rolled the dice, and they showed up snake eyes there, as this one is going to go down with a loss, it looks like, as they took the goalkeeper out, Hebda, and now they're going to come up empty.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Taylor takes the wind out of this.
It is very always a gamble whenever you pull your goaltender, but Falcons are still going with an empty net.
49.3 left. CUW trails by 2 now. Coming up forward is Zerlip. Dan, he takes a shot, had it deflected by Cody Hasbargen. Now here's going to be a shot from the point by Riddle. Going to go a little bit wide. Now picked up by Riddle. Now in neutral ice, Eli works off. Here's going to be a shot covered up. Now goes loose with 26 seconds left. Puck all the way inside the Falcons zone now with 22 seconds left, and time just really ticking down on this contest for the Falcons. 15 seconds left. Puck passed inside. Here's going to be a backhand shot missed by Sturmer. 8 seconds left. CUW not giving up yet. Here's going to be a shot. Going to go high, a little bit wide, and there's going to be a shot all the way to the far side of the ice by 19 Craig Wright, and time drains. And Dan, you got to take your hat off to this Concordia team. They go down 4-0 heading into the third period. I know they lost the game 5-3, but really showing their character in this third period of play.
Absolutely, they definitely could have come back, but just was a few mishandles of the puck during that last play with Jake out of the net, and that ended up being a easy tap in for Northland.
You could have easily kind of folded them up, folded the cards, and said, hey, we're down 4-0 going into this third period of play. Let's just give this thing up. They came roaring back, 3 goals in 15 minutes to trim the lead to 1. But they do lose 5-3 to the Northland College Lumberjacks, and we got this thing again tomorrow. We'll see.
Absolutely.
What's the game plan heading into tomorrow night?
I think you have the only thing you really can do is just think about the mistakes that you had, right? Or should draw some stuff up on a bigger whiteboard with the team, and then maybe see if Coach Wise has a different goaltender in mind for tomorrow. He has his choices to make. He's got Cius, he's got he's got Torrenueva and Hebda. So coach and the team will meet tonight, and we'll see how tomorrow goes for them.
You know, Paul, you took the words right out of my mouth. Do you take Hebda out from the pipes or no?
Well, Coach did tell me in the pregame that it's all about performance, which will determine who gets to play in net tomorrow. So it's quite possible that Jake will not be in goal tomorrow, but we'll definitely see about that.
So Concordia trails 4-0 heading into the final period of, and they nearly come back to win this thing in dramatic fashion, but they do lose it 5-3 against the Northland College Lumberjacks. For Paul Moritz, this is David Tewksbury saying so long from the Ozaki Ice Center in Mequon, Wisconsin. You've been watching the Concordia Sports Network. Take care. God bless. We're out.